Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to our participant joining us today. I am Ketki Nessa, to host of engaging and insightful session four pillar of the health. Truly dedicated have such enthusiastic audiences with eager to enhance their professional and personal growth. Today's webinar is all about mastering and powerful traits to shape our session, success and relationship and in the workplace beyond. Before we move ahead to let's me share a brief introductions about organizations behind today's sessions. So today's event proudly organized by SEMS Welfare Foundation, a registered non-profit organization working to create a social impact through education, skill development, and entrepreneurship. Through this initiative, DG Savaksh SEMS has trained over 6,000 individuals in fields like IT, finance, retail, and entrepreneurship, while also collaborating with colleges, universities, banks to provide the real career opportunity. Partnering with us today, Digi Samaksh, a company that empowers business through technology, data innovations, offering services and software, data analytics and research consulting and mastering. Together, both organizations share one mission to empower individuals with right knowledge, skills, and opportunities. So it's time to introduce to estimate our speaker for today's session is Ms. Triveni Patil. She is a transformation coach working with the Swasthya Committee in Bangalore. She is in prevention sector with she is in also help to people with weight loss, weight gain, and general health, immunity, diabetes, hypertension, and skincare, and also the kids nutrition. So we are honored welcome to our Ms. Srini Patil ma'am to experiences the four pillar of health. So let's warm welcome to today's our topic as four pillar of the health. So ma'am, your watches is your you can start your the session. Yes.
Sure, Ketki. Thank you so much for your warm introduction. And good morning, everyone. And today, this is Triveni here. I have logged in from Bangalore. And today, I would like to talk about four pillars of health. So let me start sharing my screen. Give me a minute. Yes. Are you able to see my screen, Ketki?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so let me get started. Now, before diving into the topic here, let me ask you a simple question. Okay, you can use the chat box. All right. So, before getting into the topic, I would like to ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your current health today? You can use the chat to, type your details. Let me see the chat screen. Yes, I can see. All right. See, 1 being you are on the lowest and 10 being the highest. Okay, Ketki, good to see. 9, 7. Good morning, all here. Yeah. So, see, I would like to share something interesting with you here today. Most of us want a healthy lifestyle. Correct. We want good health. We want better focus. We want clarity of thoughts. We want better stamina. But we don't have a roadmap how to achieve it. And many a times we get confused because you get so many things available online that where and what to start with becomes a challenge. So today I'm going to give you a framework. I'm going to help you with the structure or a roadmap on how to lead a healthy lifestyle. And this is through the four things. What I'm going to cover today is earn. What I mean by earn is E stands for exercise, A stands for a positive attitude, R stands for rest, and N stands for nutrition. Because see, a good health is not a gift. Okay, we have to earn our good health every single day. And how do we earn it? Let's dive into the topic today. So, the first thing about health, what I would like to talk to you today about is yes, as I was telling to you about what are the four pillars is E for exercise, A for attitude, R for rest, and N for nutrition. So before starting with exercise topic, I would like to ask you this question. What is the big see if you're doing exercise well and good, I'm very happy with that. But if you're unable to do, maybe there are many reasons. So can you pick out a reason why you are skipping your exercise? It could be, you're not having time or you're not having energy, or it could be sheer laziness, or you actually don't know what to do or how to do the exercise. You can use that chat box to type any of these options 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let me understand. And if you have, facing any of these concerns, I will help you how to start with the exercise and what exercise to do. Can you use the chat box and type in here why you are not able to do the exercise? Let's make it more interactive and interesting here so that, as it is a Zoom world, I actually cannot be physically present, but being at least on the chat box will help. No time to do. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Usha Rani, for, being honest about it. Yes, Ketki, it is laziness. Okay, okay. Any more people would like to share why they are not able to do exercise or why they are skipping exercise here? See, for me, it was to tell you the truth. First of all, I used to feel lazy. Okay, and second thing is, I didn't know what exercise to do. This is my honest answer, which I'm giving you. Though I'm a health coach, but earlier before jumping into this field of health and wellness, I was not really understanding what to do or how to do it. So we are actually confused about workout, and we always think that workout is going to help you to do weight loss, but it is not only weight loss. Why we should do workout or exercise is, first of all, it makes us feel happy. Okay. So exercise is not just only gym, gym, gym. Okay. It is purely just to feel happy that you are doing a workout, because when you do a movement, trust me, whatever thoughts are running in your head, the negative thoughts, they will actually go off. So you, when you wake up first thing in the morning, first of all, don't snooze your alarm, because most of the times that is the biggest mistake what we do first thing. When you get up, just stretch, do some stretching, just a 5 minute stretching to make your mind active and telling that you are not lazy. Because when you put the snooze button, or again when you go back to sleep, the indication which goes to your mind is, "Arey chalo, today let us rest, let us relax." That is what the mind starts to process. So rather than going the wrong way, let us take the right way. Get up and just do some 5 minute stretching. I'm just asking you to do 5 minutes of stretch every single day when you jump out of your bed. Okay. And the World Health Organization actually recommends every body to do at least 150 minutes of workout or movement every single day. So that boils down to 20 minutes of workout every single day. It is just asking you 20 minutes. We are not even talking about an hour workout. We are talking about just 20 minutes of workout every single day. How do we figure it out? So before getting into that, how does workout help you, or why do we need workout? See, typically when you do a workout, as I said, it boosts your mood. It really, really, brings out the happiness in you. So if you're feeling low or sad, it could be even in the evenings, maybe because at the end of the day you feel so exhausted. Why don't you just step out for a 5 minute quick walk and come back and again log in if you are working in a different shift altogether? See the difference and let me know. Secondly, it helps in boosting your heart health. Okay. Because your heart or every organ in our body requires movement. Okay. So when you do movement, it is your actually organs feel happy when you do any form of workout. Third benefit of workout is it helps in building your muscles and bone density. Okay, so when we do any form of workout, what you're doing here is you're building your endurance, you're building your stamina, and you're building your muscles. See, I'm not talking about the gym muscles here. Okay, what I mean by muscles here is, see, after 30, as we age, every single year, all of us lose around 3 to 5% of muscles mass loss. That loss happens for everybody. And again, if you're not doing workout, your body is going to deteriorate the most. So, start your workout at least to build on the muscles, because when your muscle mass is good, your fat mass automatically comes down. Because see, as we age, after 30, our metabolism falls down drastically. So we have to also build on the muscles as well as build on our metabolism. And exercise helps us to do that. Okay. The next benefit, what we are talking about, is it helps in weight loss. Now, let me be here very, very clear about what is weight loss. And only with exercise, you are not going to lose weight. Because in today's world, because I have been handling a lot of people for weight loss here, people think that when you do only workout, you're going to lose weight. But that is actually a myth. Let me burst here. Only 10 to 15% of my exercise is going to help me in my weight loss journey. Okay. So when I do workout, what exactly happens is we are having six hormones in our body which are going to help you burn the fat. So when you do a workout, that time your hormones which are going to burn the fat, they are going to be activated. But when I don't do workout, you're not going to lose weight. So the focus also goes on food and nutrition, which I will be covering in the coming slides here. Okay. The next benefit of workout is you are going to work on your sleep. You will be having a better sleep quality because when you do workout, as I said, your hormones are also going to be activated here, especially the melatonin hormone, which is your sleep hormone, and it also activates your happy hormones, that is your endorphins and oxytocin and all of those hormones and serotonin. So when you do workout, the melatonin hormone is activated, which is my sleep hormone, and you fall off sleep very faster because I get a lot of complaints when I'm handling, so many clients across the world here. The first complaint what I get is they say when I hit the bed, I can't sleep immediately. So what I do, I pick up the phone, I keep scrolling. That's because when the body is inactive, definitely you're not going to fall asleep because it is not tired. Got it? So do workout, the workout which you love to do. Okay. Next is exercise helps you in boosting your immune system. I'll come to that. What I mean by that is, see, now we are in the winter season, right? And tendency is just to get into, the rug and just feel lazy because winter are the season wherein you feel lazy the most. But what happens ki if you are not doing the workout, you're not exposing your body to the outside, the environment, which is much needed. The first thing what we need is vitamin D, which we get it through the sunlight. So when you step out for a walk or say you're doing a workout, it is building on your immune system. So it is protecting you from the viruses and the bacteria which are present in the air. Okay. And lastly is it increases your longevity. Apart from that, exercise also helps in reducing your cravings. Now, this might be something new which people are unaware about it. Exercise is actually an antidote for cravings. See, most of us suffer with cravings like sweet cravings, or after food, they want to eat a little bit of sweet, not more. Or some people say, I have a sweet tooth. Let it not be only sweet cravings. It could be, eating deep fried foods, wherein I was one among them who had crazy cravings toward deep fried food cravings. Or some just like to drink chai, and as it is a winter season, most of us tend to have tea, coffee, or caffeine. See, caffeine once or twice a day is fine, but then if it is increasing to 6, 7, 8 cups a day, there's something, you have to look into your health here. So when you do exercise, it actually reduces your cravings. Second thing about workout is it improves on the insulin sensitivity. Now, what I mean by insulin sensitivity is, see, every cell in our body has a receptor. Okay. And the receptor accepts the insulin. It's a hormone which acts like a key. So when you eat food, what basically happens is the job of the insulin hormone is to transport this food to all the cells in your body. But if the receptor is bad of your cell, the insulin is rejected, and that is how there is a term called as insulin resistance that happens in the body, wherein the insulin is rejected by the cells, and this leads to too much insulin in your body, leading to pre-diabetic condition. Or if I really don't take care of my health, I'm going to end up having type 2 diabetes. So what's a small tip here is exercise. What you can do is post your meal. Let it be after your lunch or after your dinner. Just step out for a simple 10 to 15-minute walk. Just a normal walk. I'm not asking you to run or jog here because you have just had your meals. So when you walk for 10 to 15 minutes after your meals, the food what you are eating, that also gets digested, as well as the sensitivity towards the insulin is better in the body. So the receptors are willing to accept your insulin here. Okay. And as I said, it improves on the muscle mass. So what are the tips here? How do I start walking, or how do I start workout actually? Just start with simple step count. Okay. Now, if you're unable to do 10K steps every single day, why don't you start small? Just start with 5K steps every single day. And if your goal is 10K steps, and trust me, don't do, because see, when we say I want to do 10K steps, first of all, we freeze. Correct. Because for 10K, I need to take out at least 30 to 40 minutes. Correct. And where do I have 30 to 40 minutes time? This is the first thing that what's come to my mind. Correct. So when I asked you the question, you don't have time here, we can prioritize workout. How do I prioritize is you can break down that 10K step or 7K step into morning, afternoon, and dinner time. So your 10K, supposing say morning, and see, do the maximum in the morning because you're motivated highest in the morning. By the end of the day, the motivation hardly be there for anybody. Trust me. I'm one among them. So do the maximum step count in the morning. Say 5K, you can do it in the morning. And the rest 5K step, you can break it down 3 in the afternoon and 2 in the evening or something like that. Be do it as per your convenience. Or say your office is located on second or third floor. Why don't you take the stairs? There also you can do the step count, correct? Or say, you can also, if you have your job is wherein you have to take up the calls most of the time. So rather than just sitting and taking the call, why don't you just take your phone and walk? So walking there also your step count happens. And as I said, when you wake up in the morning, first thing, just do some 5 minutes of stretching from head to toe. Just stretch your body. Okay. Because movement is medicine to your body. Okay. And start with a workout which you love to do. Okay. I like to start with walking. I love to walk in the nature because it gives me sunlight also. And I love nature because when you step out in the nature, Sadhguru says this, the trees, the chopping of the birds, those actually they create a positivity in your mind. And I'm not talking about when you step out in nature, don't step out with your phones or with the headphones at all. You should be gizmo free. There should be no electronic device with you. Or even if you're carrying the phone, please keep it in your pocket. Don't avoid the headphones completely. Okay. So this is about the topic regarding exercise. Then next, what we are going to talk is about the second pillar, which is nothing but being positive. Okay. That's maintaining a positive attitude. See, it's very easy to have a positive attitude when everything is rosy in your life. Correct. We say, "Arey hoga yaar, we can do it," isn't it? But when we face with challenges, when we say, face with difficult situations, we cannot say, or those words don't come out. Ki nahi hoga, I can do it. Those things actually don't pop up. So, what exactly happens with our mind? See, how do we develop this positive attitude? First of all, we should know. I would like to ask you this. Use the chat box here again so that I can interact with you. Whom do we talk to the most? Are you aware about whom are you talking to you the most in the entire day and night, even when you hit the bed? Can you use the chat box? Can you tell me whom are you talking to the most? Can I see some chats here? Yes, Kitki. We talk to ourselves the most. See, always, the first thing in the morning when we wake up, we think, "Arey, ye karna hai, wo karna hai, I have to do this, I have to do that." That inner dialogue or inner chatter will be constant with us. Okay. And by default, actually, the research says that 80% of our thoughts are negative. Can you believe that? 80%. Okay. So, because see, if I give you a simple example, say there is barren land. There is a land wherein there is no cropping happening. It's just a plain land. Nothing is growing there. Okay. And you leave that land for say 2 months, 3 months, forget about 2, 3 months, just within a month. What will happen to that land? Can you just type? Can you type in the chat box what happens to the empty land there? Can anybody share what happens to the empty land there? What can you see there? Okay, this is not a difficult question here. Okay. Okay, I'm not, yes, there is no water. Fine. All right. What I meant to say here is when a land is left, yes, Ghansham, you're right, there is grass. This is actually grass which is not useful to us, isn't it? Right? Those are called as weeds, if you know. It's just unwanted plants which are growing there, which are not much of a use to us. Correct? That is what exactly happens to your mind when you don't feed your mind with good things. So, your body always listens to your mind here. So, when I constantly feed my mind with negativity, especially when I'm in a difficult situation, the first thing that comes is, "Arey, ye to nahi hoga. It's not going to happen. I cannot do it." Or say you are going to crack an interview, and you're going through an interview session, and you think, by default we always think nahi milega yaar, because this is there, that is there. But how can we reverse that talk what we are doing, and that can be done by infusing positivity, because when you talk positive about yourself first, you're creating healing not only with your body but with your mind and soul too. Okay. So see, though you are, when it comes to health, we are only thinking about positive, I mean to say, the physical health most of us talk about. But what I'm talking to you about is mental health. So physical health, say you're doing good workout, you're eating good food, but constantly you're thinking negative, whatever you're eating also, it is not going to help your body improve. It is not going to heal your body. Say, God forbid something happens to anybody in your family, and that person is on medication, but the person thinks, "Are this medication is not going to heal me." Obviously, then you are not going to get healed at all. How about I changing my thought process and my words, what I talk to myself? And that we can do it. How we can induce positivity into our life is, sorry, 1 second. Yes. So how do I build a positive mindset? First of all, being grateful. Okay, see, gratitude is a underrated practice which most of us don't know about it. What I mean by gratitude is, it is not just saying thank you to somebody. Okay, gratitude means you are grateful for all the things which are already there in your life. Okay. I want you to take, or, I just want you to close your eyes for just 5 seconds or so now, and just think about three things which you're grateful for today. Just for today. What are you grateful for today? For me, gratefulness for me today is I got up. Okay. I woke up alive. Because many a times we think, what, hey, tomorrow I will get up. But I'm not, that might not be the case for everybody, right? So I'm grateful for I woke up today, I'm breathing, and I'm grateful for this organization for giving me this opportunity to talk to you people and give this webinar to you and connect to new people. Okay. So, first thing what I would recommend to you is, when you wake up in the morning, when you keep, before getting out of the bed also, when you are in the bed only, I want you to say, yes, God has given us this day, right? I want you to say three things which you are grateful for. It could be you are living in a good house. See, I live in a metro. I'm grateful because I come from a small town, and my dream was to live in a metro city. Okay. So I'm grateful for the food, the shelter, the clothing, what I have every single day. I have a beautiful family. I have a good job. I help people's life on the improvement. Oh, great. Good to see you from Lucknow, Ganjam. So, gratitude, start your day with gratitude. Be grateful for everything in your life. Let it be the tiniest thing which you feel you are grateful for. Okay, it could be your parents who have educated you, who have given you the life. Okay, second, and the most important thing, what I would like to talk to you about is affirmations. You must have heard about something called as self talk. Have you heard about what are positive affirmations? Yes, no. Do you all know how to use it? Affirmations. Are you aware about that? Anybody? Or are you using it in your daily life? Can you use the chat box so that I can help you how to use affirmations in daily life? अरे मैं तो activities देख Can you help me on that? इसकी मैंने डाली है. Yeah. So what I was telling about affirmations here is, affirmations are nothing but doing a self talk, a positive self talk to yourself. Okay. So how do I do a self talk to myself? See, there is a structure to it. First of all, you should always talk in positive, in the present tense. Okay. What I mean by present tense is, you should talk in the current state. Like supposing, say, you are looking out for a new job, you want to get a new job, you should know where you want the job, in which field you want the job, how much pay scale you want, and by what time you want to get the job. Yes, all is well. Correct. So, let me frame you this statement for supposing, say, you want, or say you want to buy a house. Okay, you want your own house. So, affirmations or positive self talk is, it's like, see, when you go for shopping, when you want to buy a dress for yourself, do you just pick up a dress, anything what is available in the store there? Not really, isn't it? You know what color of shirt or clothing you want, what type of size, because you will not pick a size which is not fitting you. You will not pick a size which is small and your size is large, isn't it? Correct. So you know what the size of your clothing is, you know what the color of your cloth is, you know what material you want to buy, whether it is cotton, it is linen, it is silk, it is polyester, whatever. Correct. So self talk is also something like that. You are designing your, it should be tailor made basically. So if I say I want a house and I pray to God, God give me a house. It doesn't work like that. Okay, you have to be very, very specific here. You should say, I'll just give you an example here, okay? And start with gratitude. I say, thank you, God, for blessing me with, say, 2 BHK. If you're looking out for a 2 BHK house or 3 BHK house, be specific. With a 2 BHK house, in what location I want, in what year I want, and what is my budget. So when you say this statement, the universe will search it. It works like a frequency. So when you keep on talking positivity in your life every single day, what you're doing is you are creating a pathway for a beautiful and wonderful future life. So always, I know it's not easy to all of a sudden keep talking positive, but it takes practice. Everything takes practice here. Okay, so this was about affirmations. Third is mindfulness. Now, this is again a forgotten tool here about being positivity. Mindfulness is it's many a times mindfulness is related to meditation. See, I'm not talking about meditation. And many people say, yes, my future is bright. Great. So, mindfulness is nothing but in whatever work you're doing, you are completely engrossed in that and you are mindful about it. Okay, like supposing, say, I'm not talking about job here. Okay, what I mean by mindfulness is supposing, say, you have children, or say you are talking to your mom and your mom is talking to you, you are actually having a conversation. Are you fully awake and are you fully listening to what your mother is talking to? Yes, Lagan say. Correct. So when I'm talking to my mom, am I actively listening to her or खाली पीली मैं सुन रही हूँ? That shouldn't be the case. So mindfulness is you're putting your heart and soul in whatever you're doing. Like supposing, say, now I'm a female, I cook food for my family. So when I'm chopping or when I'm cooking the food, am I cooking it with my entire heart? Okay. It's not that just I add the spices, khana ho gaya. It's not like that. I should be actively, mindfully, soulfully present in that particular activity. Say you're walking, you're taking a walk every day, but are you actively walking? How about feeling the grass under your feet? Okay, or say you're just walking on the road and are you feeling the footsteps? So everything is mindfulness. You're drinking water, आप ध्यान से आप आराम से पानी पी रहे हो कि जस्ट यू आर गल्पिंग द वाटर है ना यस डू इट विद द बेस्ट ऑफ योर एबिलिटी दैट इज व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से थैंक यू सो मच फॉर इंटरैक्टिंग एंड लास्ट इज focus on what you can control because see many a times nothing is in our control. See, I go for an interview and they reject me. Maybe I was not, I didn't give my 100%. So focus on things which you can control. So maybe next time I can think focus on giving better interview by focusing on improving on myself. Correct. So my actions matter here. My words matter here. How I'm handling that situation matter here. Correct. Your emotions, your relationships, your mind is under your control. Correct. So these are the four ways on how we can build our mindset. Okay. Now the next and How is the session going on so far? Am I too fast here? Can you just use the chat box? Are you able to understand what I'm talking here, or I'm just talking to myself? Can we just be interactive here? Because I hope I'm not going too fast. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for interacting. All right. So let us go to the next topic, that is the next pillar called as rest. Now, before going into that, let us have a reality check. I want to ask you this simple question on how many hours do you sleep every single night? For me, it is just 5 to 6 hours I sleep. How about you guys? Can you just use the chat box to type? Are you sleeping less than 5 hours, or 6 hours, or 7 hours, or 8 hours, 10 hours? Yes, 5 to 6, 7 to 8. Great. 6 hours. Good. Good to see you. See, I'm not talking about the quantity of sleep here. Okay, I'm talking about the quality of sleep. See, many people say, no, I sleep around, late night, 12 o'clock, and I wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. So, mere 8 ghante ho gaye. So, that is my quality sleep. I would not rate that as a quality sleep, because when you are sleeping late, first of all, post 10:30, 11, you are actually disturbing the entire system of your health. Okay. So, why do we need, first of all, rest? Why do we sleep? See, sleep is nothing but your body's charging option. Okay. How do we charge our phones? We never see that our phone charge is below 30. Correct. Whenever it is 30 or below that, we immediately charge our phone. But are we charging ourselves by taking good rest? Most of us don't. See, when you don't sleep good, the first thing in the morning when you wake up, are you feeling fresh? Okay. Do you feel fresh when you wake up in the morning, or do you still feel sleepy sloppy? The body says, "Arey, aur thoda so lete hai." Do you feel like that? I used to feel like that. Trust me, when my health was totally on the bad side, because uh, I had a lot of stress. There was unhealthy lifestyle. I was not eating right. So obviously it was impacting my sleep. Okay. So when I used to wake up in the morning, I have just woken up like a robot. I used to wake up, I used to get the chores done, the domestic chores done, do all the cooking and just sit for my work. But I'm not mentally active here. Okay. This was what was happening with my health, with my sleep, because though I was sleeping for 8 hours, that 8 hours was not a quality sleep. Okay. So when I don't have a quality sleep, what happens to your body is it increases your blood pressure, that is hypertension. Okay. Secondly, chances are I my mood swings could be terrible. See, trust me, with women the moods are very, very bad, and men can relate to it with their wives, right? So, chances are depression is actually a heavy word. Sadness doesn't mean depression. Depression is a totally different term altogether. Okay, but chances are it is the beginning to your steps towards depression. Third is your mental focus goes off when you don't have a quality sleep. You must have observed, see, if you didn't sleep well, you're not able to focus on your work itself. Correct. Your productivity drops down. Correct. Your emotional balance is haywire totally. And worst part is your gut health is on a toll. So when I'm not sleeping well, first thing what happens is your hunger increases, that is your cravings. Again here, I keep listening to a lot of my clients when they before they get started on their, yes, less output gunshot. Correct. That's not great, right? So क्या होता है कि when I don't sleep good, first of all your cravings increase a lot, because what happens ki when you have not slept, your stress levels are super high. When my stress is high, body wants quick energy, and the quick energy source for the body, or unknowingly we tend to eat something sweet. Again, when I eat something sweet, it gives me quick energy. I start doing my work, or I hog on to caffeine, tea, coffee, chai coffee ले लो. ठीक है. तो what happens कि after 2 hours, then again the energy levels drop down, it crashes down, and back you go back, you eat again something sweet, or you munch on something junk, you have caffeine, and the vicious cycle goes on that way. Correct. So every time I have a bad sleep, the vicious cycle of cravings keep on happening. Especially what I have noticed is people are having night cravings. and they tend to eat at 10 p.m. in the night. When you eat that late, you are actually not letting the body sleep, because see, your body is something like, just like your sunrise and sunset. When you wake up in the morning, your body has the highest fire to digest food. And as the sun goes down, see, after 6 p.m., your body has no energy to do anything. So it's always good to have early dinner. Now, I'm not saying you to have your dinner by 6. That's not possible for everybody, because we work in different time zones. Our work schedules are so very different. You know, all of these things happen. But at least try to have early dinners before 8, 8:30, 9, max to max 9, because there should be a 2 hour gap between your sleep and your dinner time. Okay. So if you are having late dinners, that is again prolonging your sleep. Prolonging your sleep, matlab, again that cycle starts. Correct? So when I'm sleeping late, your fat burning. So if you're a person who is keeping a check on his or her weight, your fat burning will not happen. Trust me. Because you're sleeping late, you're eating late. This also leads to mood swings. Your immunity drops drastically and leads higher to your gut, because your gut is everything in your body. Don't take your gut health lightly, because your moods also come from your gut. 80% of your happy hormone is produced in your gut health. See, being happy is not here. Of course, it does matter, but what matters more here is your gut. Okay, so if I'm having gut issues, means definitely you're having a bad sleep. Definitely your health is on the, not that great side. Okay, so this was about sleep. So, how do I sleep good? First of all, have early dinner. As I told you, have a 2 hour gap between your dinner time and your sleep time. So if I have my dinner at 8 o'clock, try to sleep at least by 10, 10:30. Apart from that, what is the environment which we can have here is, what are the steps or the tips to sleep better? The first step is sleep and wake up at the same time. So have a fixed schedule. If I'm sleeping at 10:30, see that I sleep at 10:30 every day. Okay. Second thing is, yes, I understand, Rajni, because of the work life schedule, we really cannot balance it. I totally agree with you. Yeah, yeah. So the first step is try to sleep, because see, most of them also work in night shifts. So I can't ask them to sleep by 10:30. That is absolutely not possible for them, because their night shift is the bread and butter for them. Correct. So at least on the days which on the weekends, at least if you could have a sleep cycle which you can sleep better. Hmm? That is the, and also on weekends. See, if you're not working in night shift, for people who are not working in night shift, weekends also see that you wake up and sleep at the same time, because weekends are the worst. It spoils the entire week then. Because if you do little bit, yaha waha timing gone. Second thing is unwind before your bed with a relaxing activity routine. What I mean by a routine is, as I said, maybe you have post your meals, you have a habit of walking. So why don't you keep that activity? As well as most important thing is avoid using phone at least 1 hour before bedtime. Yes, this is a very very device. It has all its pros and cons, but my suggestion would be, this phone should be not touched at least 1 hour before bedtime. Okay. For this, see, some people have the habit of taking a cat nap in the afternoons. Of course, if you're a working professional, that is not possible at all. But I have some homemakers who are working on their health journey, and they say, I can't sleep in the night. But then if you're sleeping more in the afternoon, obviously it is not possible to sleep in the night. Correct. So maybe you can crunch your afternoon nap for 30 minutes. Okay, and then you can have a better sleep in the night. Okay. Fourth was about the naps. Fifth is, as I told you, in exercise, how exercise helps in sleeping deeper. Do good exercise, but see that you don't exercise closer to the bedtime, because exercise actually keeps you active. So don't do exercise somewhere around 6 o'clock. Don't do that. Maybe around 5 o'clock or so, you can do your 30-minute workout. After that, it is not recommended if you go to bed early. Okay. And the sixth is, avoid stimulants like tea, coffee, or heavy meals in the evenings, because as I told you, our body is like sunrise and sunset. So when post evening, if I'm having a heavy meal, you are actually giving, you're not helping the body sleep well. So if you want to have a heavy meal, say with family or friends, it's obvious, like we love to interact, social interaction is needed. So why don't you have the heavy meal in the afternoon, so that the body gets enough time to digest and you can sleep better. Okay. And last is use your bed only for sleeping. You should just go there and have a good talk with your better half or your children, rather than just, as I said, try to use positive affirmations when you are in the bed that time. Okay, so this was about my sleep. Apart from that, other hygienes could be have a dark and a cool room. Okay, because if the light is disturbing you, again it will go into a bad cycle of your sleep. And as I said, have a calm routine in the evenings. So this was about my sleep. And next coming up is my favorite topic, that is nutrition. That is the last pillar N what we'll be talking about. So what about nutrition here? Okay. See, food, why do we eat food? We need food because we want energy. Correct. But are we eating the right food? See, whatever food you eat, either it is going to build your body or it is going to make your body sick or ill or deteriorate. Okay. So food is not just about calories. Whatever you eat, whether I drink water, I eat a salad, I eat a samosa. What exactly happens here is every cell in my body accepts that food as information. So if I'm drinking water means I'm hydrating my body. If I'm eating a salad means I'm giving potassium and magnesium to my body, which are much needed for building my emotions right and my gut health right. Okay. So food is like information. Okay. So you give the right information to your body and the body is going to function that way. So everything you eat, it is going to talk to your body. Okay. So just a quick question here. What is the one food you already know that you should reduce it, but you haven't still given up on that? Can you type on the chat? Can you use the chat to type the food you already know that you should stop eating it, but you're unable to give it up? For me, it was breads, bakery items. It was so very difficult for me to give up on that, trust me. Because since childhood, my favorite food was biscuits and chai in the evening, and it was so very, you can see it was like for me to climb the mountain, if you would ask, when it comes to food, because I'm a big foodie and giving up on food was not my thing. Okay. So, how do we plan our plate? I'll help you on that. Okay. So, we know that we should be eating healthy, but what is eating healthy here? Okay. See, you should have a balanced plate here. First of all, what I mean by balanced plate, your plate should have, see, if this is my plate, I'm just talking about my two hands. 50% of your plate should be vegetables. Okay. The vegetables could be cooked veggies, it could be your stir fry veggies, raw veggies, salads, and complex carbs. Okay. Second thing is include proteins. That is, one fourth of your plate should be healthy proteins. What are proteins? They are going to be the building blocks of your body. Okay. And what are the proteins? What I can include every single day? So your dals, lentils, pulses, nuts and seeds, all these are proteins. If you are a non-vegetarian, all those are proteins. Eggs, poultry, fish, all this is proteins. But see that you don't overdo proteins, otherwise you will get bloating, constipation, acidity. Okay, and constipation. So only one fourth portion of your plate should be proteins, and one fourth portion should be your complex carbs, like your your ragi, your millets. All this comes as complex carbs, and a very small portion should be healthy fats. See, many a times people have a myth that if I eat fat, I will become fat. Okay, you should know the right type of fats you should include in your body. Okay, healthy fats are nothing but your ghee. Okay, desi ghee. What I'm talking about, it's the best fat which I can have. You can have is butter. Okay. Then you can have is, yes, yes. We can have is nuts and seeds. You can have is curds. That is so good fat. Okay. So stick down to your basics. If you remember what in olden days what our grandparents ate, bring in those things. See, in today's world, the food what we are eating is everything is adulterated. So don't go on the thing that array, my grandparents were eating so much chawal, so I can eat so much chawal. It's not about chawal, it's the quality of rice what you're eating today, which is totally polished, and it again boils down to the soil. Okay, see, we've been living in metros here. Uh, Nothing is grown here. First of all, if you're living in Mumbai, if you're living in Hyderabad, you're living in Bangalore, you're living in Delhi, Calcutta, Chennai, if you're living in these places, nothing is grown there. Everything comes from the neighboring cities here. Correct. But what happens ki the soil is losing its nutritional value itself. So what I'm eating in today's world is just for my taste buds. Okay. So there is a gap in your plate. Okay. But this is a balanced meal what a person can have every single day. Okay. Now, next we'll have a quick activity time here, fun time. What can we do here as activity? Okay, now I gave you all the entire pillar of a healthy lifestyle, that is earn, E for exercise, okay, A for having a positive attitude, R is for rest, having good sleep, and N is for nutrition. So I want you to take out some time for yourself now and do this small activity. Okay, write this down. What is the one habit that you will start from tomorrow or say from today? Okay. And one habit which you will stop. Like, say, example, I'm not a person who likes to eat fruits. So I would say I will start eating fruits, instead of just snacking, I will eat a whole fruit. Okay. And what habit would you like to stop? For me, it is, I just want to compartment my work and my professional life differently. So that is for me. So it could be you want to stop eating sugars at night, or it could be something which you want to really give up on. So it's not easy to give up, I know, trust me. But then if you write it down, when we write it down, see, don't take writing lightly. When you write it down, you're actually programming your brain, or you're telling your brain that I will be doing it. That is why a pen and a paper is super best to write your affirmations also, to write the things what you want to do in the entire day, what we call it as a to-do list, as well as the activity what I have to do. Yes, yes. Thank you for interacting, Kansham. Sugar intake less, taking fruits more. Yes, anybody wants to share, anybody wants to type in, please do type in. The window is open for you. Because see, when you take these small habits here, it looks very tiny, okay? When you don't eat sugar for maybe 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 days, but this gives you a compound effect. Trust me. The compound effect will be so big, you can't even imagine the ripple effect of it. So small, yes, Ketki, start exercise and stop junk. Wonderful. Great, great. Good to see. So these small actions actually give you long-term results. Trust me. They look very tiny. You should read this book, The Compound Effect. It's a wonderful read if you want to really build on small habits. So this is all I had to share with you today. And I hope all these topics were helpful to you, and you were a lovely audience. And what I want you to do is, if you want to connect with me, this is my number, and this is my, I have a WhatsApp group here in my phone wherein, I help, I actually give everyday inspiration and healthy tips to my clients, to my friends and family every single day. So if you are interested, you can buzz me on my number, which I have shared. If you want me to type it here on the chat, I can do that. And you can connect with me if you have any health concerns. I can do that. Okay. So this is all I have to share. And back to you, host. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Anybody have a question, please ask.
Madam, hello,
Yes.
hello.
Can you hear me?
Madam, one, no, one more pillar I think is a spiritual health.
Yes, yes.
because
Spiritual is something which is
because
missing out in
nowadays
today's world.
there are classes in the world, and
Yes,
people are not really uh, uh, obeying our ancestors' habits. They were having
absolutely.
pratna and all every day.
Yes, yes. So spirituality is a very, very good topic and a pillar which is missing out in today's modern world. I totally agree with you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing out that. That is all I had to share today. And back to you, host. And we'll connect soon.
I concluded that once again.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Really an inspiring session today. We have received a wonderful questions of our participant. Also, thank you once again, ma'am. We are the key learnings from our session to about the health, nutrition, sleep, good wealth, walking, and all these things from the today's sessions. So thank you once again.